climate change are such critical issues that concern scientists, engineers, common people, policymakers, in fact everything that's human. But when it comes to finding the defaulter, the blame inevitably goes to the automobile industry. This industry is emitting pollutants at unstoppable rates. But is it solely responsible for the ecological imbalance? No. And I can prove that to you. And in order to prove it, allow me to introduce you to a fuel-efficient masterpiece. Well, this is it, Fiat's 1.3-litre multijet engine. Some manufacturers like Maruti have completely outsourced it, whereas some others like General Motors have tweaked it to make it look like a Fiat-GM alliance product than a singular Fiat entity. The fuel from the fuel tank goes to high pressure pump. Now this is the heart of the common rail direct injection technology. The fuel further goes into the common injection rail through high pressure pipes. The injector rail has one injector on top of every cylinder that caters to each of the cylinders individually. So what makes it so fuel efficient? When I caught up with Fiat India CEO Mr. Gurpratap Bhoparai, this is what he had to say.
Well, the fuel efficiency of an engine largely depends on the injection and therefore subsequently efficient combustion and reducing frictional losses in the engine. So Fiat has worked on both these aspects. As you know, Fiat pioneered the current injection systems that are being used on all modern diesels. So that is what makes our engines fuel efficient, and it's also what makes engines in generally fuel efficient.
So multi-jet would mean like more injections per
exactly
cycle.
Yeah, that's where the name is derived from. You can do multiple injections during one combustion cycle, and yeah, the name comes from there.
So I guess you would increase it like from 5 to 8.
Okay, the current multijet that we have is capable of 5 injections. And the multijet 2, which is basically required for Euro 5, meeting Euro 5 emission norms, can do 7 injections.
The biggest advantage with common rail tech is that the injection pressure is not a function of engine speed. Since the fuel is stored under high pressure remotely and fuel injection is electronically controlled, the injection pressure can be same for multiple jets over the cycle. General Motors took this 1.3-litre multijet engine and added its stuff to it, downsized it to an aggressive displacement of about 936 cc or 1 litre, and also incorporated the BDA technology. Now what does that mean? So what in terms of technology would the Fiat and General Motors partnership with the SmartTech engine mean?
Well, the SmartTech engine, that's the 3-cylinder version of the 4-cylinder that was developed by GM and Fiat together. The SmartTech is, as opposed to that, the SmartTech is a GM development. Fiat and GM had a joint venture called Fiat GM Powertrain.
Can you just explain me a bit about the PDA, which is port deactivation technology, which is it just incorporated by General Motors or is it already in Fiat?
No, we also have port deactivation on one of our petrol engines that's used. It's basically to have the most appropriate air intake into the engine, so that you don't have too much air when you don't require it. So the automobile engineers and scientists took the blame upon themselves and reduced fuel consumption through better engine technologies. But that in turn made you think, well, now my car is giving me great fuel economy figure, so why not use it to buy the loaf of bread from the corner shop in the car itself? And why not drop the kids to school in my car? Chuck the bus, time to show some love. That in turn nullified all the efforts made by the visceral men of God. This is called rebound effect. We're all stuck in a maze.